Hey, welcome back everyone. It is now February 14th of 2020, and ever since the release of Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker, a lot of fans have been expressing different reactions, different opinions if you will, about the entirety of the sequel trilogy and what they think about it. This is Mike Zero. Make sure to subscribe if you are new to the channel for future Star Wars content. Now, one thing is for certain is that we do know that one film and one Star Wars film only really created quite a divide within the Star Wars fan base, and that is of course Star Wars The Last Jedi by writer and director Rian Johnson that released back in December of 2017. Since then, there's been a lot of cleaning up to do by Disney in order to really reunite the fans. We can see that they made somewhat of an attempt here with, of course, The Rise of Skywalker, and not just that, The Mandalorian, wildly successful Star Wars TV series. It was very well done. I was very happy of what they actually were able to pull off with that particular TV series, and what's to come in the near future with Season 2 and Season 3 and so on and so forth. So, looking at everything here related to Star Wars, we do know that what they're trying to do as we speak is that they're trying to really make the fans happy. They're trying to satisfy the fans after the release of The Rise of Skywalker, and now that they are done with the sequel trilogy, they are moving on to bigger things here. Now, the thing is with Kathleen Kennedy, the great thing is that she's no longer involved on a creative scale, which is a good thing, so any further damage by Kathleen Kennedy, from what it seems, will not be a thing. Now, with that being said, now that both Disney and Lucasfilm are finished with The Rise of Skywalker and are moving on to their new Star Wars trilogy as well as their new Star Wars universe, they are currently trying to develop ways to reunite the fans. However, during many interviews with Kathleen Kennedy during and after the premiere of The Rise of Skywalker, many questions were asked to her that were answered, where at one point Kathleen Kennedy stated that during her time with the Star Wars brand, after George gave it to her to run over at Lucasfilm, is that she stated that The Last Jedi in her eyes is the best Star Wars film that she has not only worked on, but the best Star Wars film that she has seen, given of what talent Rian Johnson really is and how different he was able to approach the story. And that in her eyes, fans are happy with The Last Jedi when questioned about the criticism about the film, and that she has seen nothing but love for The Last Jedi, and that The Last Jedi was a wildly successful movie. It's explained that Kathleen Kennedy also stated that they aren't necessarily done with the Skywalkers just yet, and that they will be visiting them again soon in surprising ways, given that Kathleen Kennedy is head of Lucasfilm and runs things all Star Wars. Lately, her creative control over existing projects were taken away from her by Disney for them to clean house over at Lucasfilm and to reunite the fans to create a better future for this massive brand that will be explored in theaters and on Disney+. So, the thing here about this is that a lot of fans have been very curious about exactly what the future holds for Star Wars, right? Exactly, whether or not Kathleen Kennedy is going to have a massive role on the Star Wars brand. Now, the good thing about this, though, is that she will no longer have creative control over Star Wars. The thing that really mind boggles me is that in Kathleen Kennedy's eyes is that for what she has seen, there has been nothing but love for The Last Jedi. In my point of view here, there's been a lot of, criticism about the movie. There's been a lot of fans who really hate the movie, a lot of fans who dislike the film or were very much confused about this movie. And Kathleen Kennedy stating that it was her favorite Star Wars film, not just on production, but also in her favorite Star Wars film in general, of what she has seen because of how much of a talent Rian Johnson really is. Now, this is one thing that I really disagree with, and if you guys agree with her, that's fine. Everybody has their own opinion. But the thing that I disagree about this is that you can't get any better than The Empire Strikes Back or Return of the Jedi. I mean, that's just how I see things, at least. The originals are the originals, and they are the best as they could ever be. And for Kathleen Kennedy to look at The Last Jedi as the best Star Wars film, I just don't know if that's a PR move or if that's her trying to really step up, Rian Johnson and giving him a little bit of a little bit of limelight there. I'm not quite sure. But that's what Kathleen Kennedy stated at and after the premiere of Episode 9. Now, the thing about this, though, is that this shows us that Kathleen Kennedy doesn't really truly understand Star Wars per se. I wouldn't say that The Last Jedi is the best Star Wars film. I'm sure a lot of you guys out there will agree with me on this, is that the best Star Wars film out there, at least, has got to be The Empire Strikes Back. That's just how I see it. My top 3 Star Wars films, though, are Empire Strikes Back, Return of the Jedi, and Revenge of the Sith. You guys may disagree with that. So, with that being said, guys, like I say, I mean, 2021 is going to be a big year because that's when apparently Kathleen Kennedy is going to be replaced. Bob Iger is going to find, who's going to replace her, and he's going to leave behind a good legacy for the Star Wars brand and for other brands out there that are actually under the Disney product. So, like I say, guys, I would really like to hear what each and every one of you say about, Kathleen Kennedy and her take on The Last Jedi and how the fans feel about The Last Jedi. And if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.
Night to moon, we hear them moans again.